to today's webinar. Today we are really privileged to have Svetlana with us. What we'll be doing is talking about forecasting and the new functionalities that we've got now coming up in planning analytics for forecasting. So today we're looking at how planning analytics is being used across really most of the organizations are using it for forecasting. But what we will also be looking at is how IBM is bringing in new functionality, forecasting, and using the that we already have and taking it to the next level. So go through the introduction. So, and after that, what Svetlana will take you through is the forecasting journey, the rules, the statistical, the AI, the full picture of AI. There's a lot of hype about AI and AI forecasting, so we'll try and unravel that quite a bit today. Most interestingly, what we'll also be showing you is the live demo of the actual functionality of forecasting and how algorithms are working inside of PA. And we will move to Q&A. So we will try and have enough time available to answer all your questions. And if you have a question, please feel free to drop it in the chat. If possible, we'll answer during the webinar. If not, we'll try and cover all the questions and answer them at the end of the webinar. Actually, as part of introduction, a bit about Octane. So Octane is a IBM Gold partner. We are headquartered in Australia, in Sydney, Australia, but we operate in multiple countries and cities. So we operate in all cities of Australia. We are also in Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and we've got a big India, and we've got a base in Dubai, and we sail of Middle East. Just we've got a technical problem with the screen. Let me fix that. Let me start again. All right, let's give it another go. I'll get the go ahead if you screen. All right, thank you. So coming back to us, Octane, as I mentioned, is a gold partner operating in multiple countries. In TM1, our whole DNA has been around TM1. We architect and develop forecasting, reporting, financial intelligence models for some of the largest companies in the world. In the recent past, we've been quite proud to win 3 global awards. So first one was in Boston, the second one was in the Tech Exchange conference, and the last one at IBM conference in Vietnam. And all 3 were the projects that we've delivered for our clients, which were going above and beyond and pushing the boundaries of technology and client wanted. So we're quite proud of it, and we're quite happy, and we happily will share more details of it if you need to know more about what we've done for our clients. The thing that we really talk about to most of our clients, well-supported technology will lead to better financial decisions. So we've seen years, Octane has been in operation for the last 10 years. This is our 10th year. We've been building forecasting and reporting applications, the business intelligence tools, and we think that some of the things we've done is quite groundbreaking. Clients like Macquarie, Grain Corp, Freeways, News Corp, PepsiCo, some of the well-known household brands that you look at every day. And we want to under the hood and look after how their forecasting is done, how their reporting is done. And one of the things that we really focus on is being able to continuously, not just how they forecast, but in the operational aspect of running TM1. There are many sites that we go into where we find that TM1 as a technology is available, being used or optimized to the extent. And that's something that we try and do for all our clients. We do a delivery model which we call a hybrid model, which is onshore offshore delivery. So we've got 4 offices in India, we Center of Excellence, and we've got architects and developers at the client side. So we combine the both, so you get best of both worlds. You get a cost optimized delivery and support for TM1, plus you get the best of the technical knowledge in your office at the same time. This webinar today is a community fest initiative that we've been doing over the last few years. We work closely with IBM, and today we've got Svetlana from the product team, and this is providing access to everyone, all the users, to the product team, get a sense of what and how TM1 is being built and developed and also improved for the future. We believe in modernizing your platform, simplifying and scaling it up. We probably, most of our clients are already on SES, and more than half are probably on the AWS version of SES, which is on the V12 engine. We think if by the sheer fact, if you keep upgrading and keep current, you will take ownership or take advantage of all that we're talking about. If you are, however, stuck still in the on-prem or a very old version or unsupported version of TM1, a lot of things that we show you today, you won't be able to take advantage of that. And very soon you'll find that TM1 has become quite stale and old in the organization, and people will start looking at doing something in or upgrading. So we ensure that application, if we look after your application, is always current and always up to date. So that allows advantage of the current functionalities. I've spoken a bit about myself already. So IBM Champion 2020. I do have accounting background and finance systems at multiple companies, last in being at Macquarie. Then I founded Octane around 10 years ago. We've talked about some of our clients, and I've already talked that we operate in. But if you do have any questions, just feel free to tap me up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is probably one of the key places that I'm available. So if you're not connected to me, please feel free. We always try to share as much as we can about the client sites and also what's happening in the IBM world with TM1. So we try and keep everyone up to date with what's happening around the place. And for the main show today, we're really excited to have Svetlana, and she's been a big supporter of us over the last few years. She's the person who actually builds the forecasting models we use, so we're really happy about that. She's been with the IBM product team since 2007. She's based in US, in California, at the offices of IBM. And today she'll be taking us through the roadmap, and she'll be talking about what she's been developing, showcasing us, and most importantly, she'll be doing the demos to actually showcase some of the things. And I'm hoping that she shows us some of the things which are not released yet, and talk about some of which are coming into TM1 in future. So over to you, Svetlana.
Thank you, Amandra, and thank you for inviting me today to present something what we are delivering to our clients, to IBM Planning Analytics clients, to take advantage of our great product. We know what that product are helping lots of our clients on the market, and it's very unique, right? So I'm very happy to be a product manager for that product. I have more than 20 years of experience in business analytics planning in different products. But honestly, looking at the different products, every time my heart is with TM1 Planning Analytics, because it's just like the capabilities and how much you can speak of your business in that product is just incredible. So today is very unique opportunity because you are going to be just the first people who are going to see our newest functionality. I am a product manager who is delivering modeling in a workbench in planning analytic workspace, and also forecasting. As well, I am helping Stuart King, who is my colleague in product management of planning analytics, to deliver apps and plans. So we will be talking around many capabilities of a product today. And let me start sharing. I have to tell you what you are going to see today is going to take place on our development server. So you are the first people to see it, but also I can tell you what it might be, like shaking because it's evening time in our development lab. I said I really need that server to not to be updated today. So hopefully it will be allowing us all those capabilities. But let me start sharing my screen and bring my slides, what I am eager to share with you today, and just specify where we're at. So I'm sharing. Let me bring my slides and I will start my slides again. So our theme today is forecasting, right? Forecasting in planning analytics. And it's very suitable tool where you can do your numbers crunching, your numbers spreading, planning, and do lots of things together, right? And I will try to highlight the areas where you might find it's usable for your business to engage and continue that journey, right? How you can use planning analytics and the capabilities probably with a business partner such as Octane, or on your own first and continue like that. But there are so many possibilities how you can work with a product and see what is available. So traditional, like I will just talk through the agenda, what we are going to cover today. So it's going to, we will take a step back, look at the traditional approach to forecast. We will look at the advantages of forecasting, what is available in planning analytics today. First time ever, you will see forecasting in PAfE, what is available through time series. We will talk about specific use cases because we have the huge variety of clients from all corners of the businesses, and all of them pretty much different, and they have their own scenarios of what could benefit the forecasting, budgeting, and planning process. Then we will see some, like points what are important to be aware of when we will talk about standard versus extended capabilities of a forecasting, baseline forecasting with auth authentication. We will cover that, and I will probably ask you how you imagine that capability with the workflow and what is next. So that's our agenda. And bringing the functionality into the product. Every time we're keeping our users in focus, right? What is happening to them? What we need to deliver? Where we see the value? And it allows us with agile development of our product, because answering these questions, researching those questions, probably combining IBM capabilities inside planning analytics to deliver even a better value for the clients is our focus. So for forecasting, we know what right now with Gartner, you name it, like many analysts on the market are saying, what forecast is changing the nature. Before, it used to be very like a specific scheduled process where people will forecast when they will execute. Right now, with all the changes, sometimes turmoil, sometimes unpredicted events regarding like weather or anything else, you can see like supply chain, let's say, you need to reforecast, and how you need to go about it. You need to be fast in your exercise to forecast, you need to trust it, and you need to deliver accurate data, as much of accuracy as possible, because it will assure your plans what were happening, they are delivering, and everything is under control. So all those questions we're trying to cover, and we know what in like current days, many people are relying on rule-based forecast in Excel using formulas what are taking probably a long time, right? We are putting the calculations. We are using different planning tools to express those calculations, where we are taking the actuals, multiplying them by certain percent, spreading them, and that data is coming live to the end users. Then there are statistical tools, right? Also, like huge advantages, like such as SAS or SPSS, amazing statistical tools. But when you are using those tools, it's probably taking long time again, because it's running probably for long hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. I am pretty much aware of what using statistical tools and computation times might vary tremendously, right? So it really depends what time of a forecast you are facing. But if we're in a fast business, you need your time, like under control. You need to deliver at fast, like your forecast. And that's why some people might consider either TM1 Pi or custom scripting, right? Because it's like a home cooking food. You will be preparing, like your data scientist will be preparing those scripts and deliver on your actuals, extracting your data, and then applying all the parameters, doing everything proper to your business. And it's understandable, there are certain benefits in that, right? Because it's like your business is in focus, everything is analyzed and cooked for you. But it's taking resources, right? Like not only time, but resources, because you need to have your data science team. And we know it's a huge value for organizations. But what about like your own forecast? If you need to do what if analysis, if you in a situation when your boss is asking you, can you provide a forecast very quickly, how you will go about it? So that's the answer what is coming. But IBM is pretty much aware of what customers are experiencing, and they have their own additional custom scripting, what is called touchless forecast. IBM is eating its own food, and planning analytics is being used at IBM to great results, right? IBM is able to switch, to plan, to forecast, to do certain things very quickly. And they develop a own scripting touchless forecast. It's where users will get the forecasting data ready to be analyzed, to be adjusted, to have like a human stage of forecasting numbers to be accepted. But again, it's a script. Also, there are unique cases where forecast numbers are going with decision optimization integration. Again, it's IBM product what could deliver very good results to you, where there is a smartness of different algorithms being applied in a product, and that will allow you to forecast and at the same time put your results according to certain business rules. That's all very powerful, very well used, and with some consideration. So let's take a step back. Here I have some just, like screenshots from the samples what we have available for more than 15 years. It's called 24 retails, right? And in this sample, I am showing the traditional approach. It's in planning analytic workspace. You can check your cubes. You can set up your like flags for actual or forecast by month and move it. It will give you a rolling forecast. And it's a traditional approach, but it's just checking a formula and applying your actuals, digested like the way you like into your upcoming forecast. Or you can enter it like manually, right? Like in this example. But you can see the year here is 2015. What day is today? It's 10 plus years later. But still, many organizations are using that because it's efficient enough. It's good. It's saving time. It doesn't require like a very extensive knowledge. It's understandable for advanced business user, accountant such as Amandra. They are very well aware how to use it, and it's not that difficult to set up, right? So you will just use the flag on your time dimension. You will apply certain pick lists, how you would like to spread, and everything will come together nicely. And that's been traditional approach. But just because it's been 10 years ago, we didn't stay on that stage. We were thinking, okay, we're capable to deliver of overrolling forecast, what is coming similarly, like Excel user will consume it, but we should do something better. And that's how the journey started of delivering time series forecasting with the advantages of using statistical models behind it. And it's out of the box functionality. So if you get in planning analytics, you don't need to pay for extra licenses, right? So it's not a third party tool. It's all IBM product, and that functionality is available. So if you have it, you can use it as of today. It's the same situation for me. Sometimes people even don't know what they have it. Because, for example, I am fan of mini, right? I used to have orange mini, when I got a gray mini. 10 years later, same situation as here. But in 10 years, when my son was sitting with me in the car, he was like, I will show you new features. You probably are not aware of them. And truly enough, like honestly, I wasn't aware of the little buttons, what I can use and, for example, open the door very conveniently, like I don't need to use the keys. And so there are little features what users who are looking for the product and already relying on the product sometimes is not noticing. So today my role is similar, right? Because I'm working like every day with the product. I am helping to design that functionality for you. I am very aware and I'm working with our clients, like we are collaborating on those features. So I know there is a value because large organizations, they are saying planning analytics is having unique capabilities of algorithms interacting with each other, right? So we have the hierarchical spreading from consolidated level. So you can spread proportional or relative proportional. That's why even touchless forecast or people who are using statistical models, they still bring in at least data back into planning analytics for spreading. So why not not to do it right away, right? If you have your models what are doing the work, you can do it all together. And you don't need to be a data scientist. You can just use a friendly UI, and many people compliment us of what we're being very conscious in delivering that capability, because basically our analysts, business analysts, they are facing just like with ability to set the period what we need to forecast on. The rest is in hands of modelers or admin to set up what slice you would like to spread your data in, what algorithm to use for spreading. You can select the model, parameters, like we're given the flexibility bottom up, basically. So you can set up as like minimal flexibility as you wish for your organization, or you can go with very flexible forecasting and open the backend to enter parameters for the users, and you will see what it's still user friendly, right? Because it would be just a prompt when you like running the forecast as an asset. So what to enter, and people will understand. Enter the dates, enter like the model if we are aware of it, or enter just like what we need. And I'm pretty sure what our business partners, if we are helping out, we usually provide very comprehensive steps around it. But also we have documentation where everything is specified, and there are tutorials available. And as today we are trying to help our clients in adoption of a feature. So, and the forecast what we're delivering, it's very scalable. So you don't need to be just do an ad hoc reports, even though we advise to start with ad hoc to see certain trends around your forecasting, to do some back testing with the data what you already have, and you can pretend it's like your forecasting data, and you can see what accounts, what products are hitting the forecast very close, and what models are respecting your actuals in the best way, right? So you will be well equipped if you will start adopting the feature and exercise around it. And like statistical details, transparency. If you need to explain why the forecast what you are coming with is such and such, every time you have that backup, because it might be like very good looking forecast, right? It doesn't mean that it's accurate. So what is done with our models, every time you're able to collect those statistical details, and if, for example, your data science team will do the same script based on our statistical detail, we will get the same results. So that's how transparent it is. And also don't forget what our forecasting is available with a planning analytics agent. That's with a large language models. We are not doing not using large language models for numbers. We are using large language models to explain statistical details to the end user. And so what is in delivery type? We have on-demand forecasting, meaning like ad hoc, and baseline forecasting. Same models underneath. Univariate forecast, it's like Holt Winters models, the whole family of them, 9 models what you can use, and multivariate forecast with WAR and ARIMA algorithm. So 11 models in total. It's already a lot. And surprise, we kept our promise. We know that many of our clients are keen on using Excel. And Excel is like PAfE. The product's been delivering very like variety of reports, such as quick reports, but we decided what universal reports like MDX reports with a fast response would be the most suitable to apply the forecast. And here you can see, if you've seen the forecasting process in Planning Analytic Workspace, so it's the same interface. But behind it, I have universal reports where forecast is just being applied. So I took those screenshots because I hope you can see that video, right? So that's based on publicly available data for car sales in Canada and US. And you are in universal reports right now. So you are selecting your forecasting period start date. You own in your reports. It's selected. You deciding that would be your version. So forecast 2. And you are selecting Canadian data first. And you going into the forecast. Here you go. It's being calculated and presenting you with screens what if you've done baseline forecast, you are very familiar with that. The place where you will specify your lines for the forecast and your time period, right? Like when you will, like you would like to start your forecast, what is your period to forecast? And in this case, it's exactly what I was saying. It's back testing, right? So what would happen with my forecast if I'll say what 2023 was the year of my forecast, how close I will be. And that video is done by modeler because he can specify what slice to put that data in, right? And you see what the forecasting is catching the seasonality, it's catching the trend, and the confidence envelope is there. So, and you can write your data into the report if you are satisfied with the results. Like first you go through it, you see what is happening, and then you are able to write it into your report. So you can see your metrics, and here you are. Your forecast is available, and you're able to compare. So I am very happy about it, and that's with all the models what I already listed is going to be available in PAfE. Again, 9 Holt Winter models and also Arimax and WAR. And it's up to 3 variables. We started with 2 variables, but we added one more. Just we are not adding too many because we are conscious about the computation time. But let's see what is happening. We have variety of clients, right? You name it. And it's very hard to satisfy all the possible scenarios. But our reality, and we're getting lots of questions from the clients who are trying to adopt the forecast. And we're pretty open about it. We have very good team, and we are able to offer like 1 hour workshops to see where you're having difficulties. And also I have to be honest, during workshops sometimes we were hitting the lines. Like why? Because if you're thinking about airlines, pharma companies, banks, they have very like complex scenario, and we were going through like more simple scenarios, right? With our first delivery of a capability, just use the large, like your actuals, put it against the algorithm, produce the numbers, just pure mathematics. When we added like that capability from consolidation, we added multivariate with exogenous variables to go forward. So you can bring that external data in and exercise, but it's still were not enough. For example, if you will look into our univariate forecast using Holt Winter, and Holt Winter was a very well-known and powerful algorithms, right? Many organizations are preferring to use them for the transparency, but we were hitting the line here because our seasonality were not more than 100, and it won't fit daily forecasting, right? If your company wants to forecast on a daily basis, that won't work if you want to use manual seasonality. And we were thinking, okay, we're hitting the lines. How about we will add algorithms? And we were working on that with the help of IBM Research Group and with our data science team, and we came up with additions, right? So we're going to give you more models, and you would be able to specify which library you would like to use. The library would already exist, standard library, and we know that many clients who are using it, they are getting huge benefits in accuracy and time saving for the companies using our capabilities. So it's not going to switch, right? So you're still capable to continue with that. But in case if your scenarios are more complex, you can start to use that extended functionality with Holt Winters seasonal and exponential smoothing. You can be more accurate in your predictions. And it's very beneficial for inventory management and capacity planning, for example. A well-known fact, it's able to check your seasonality period, seasonality and trend type, like lots of parameters. And as standard models, it is going to be very accurate, suitable for short time series. And it's important to understand what when you are planning, sometimes you don't have lots of numbers, right? You archive your historical numbers. So in order to go with more granular data, you need to dig those numbers out. So that proposition what we have with extended smoothing, again, it's going to be very good for interpretation. So if you are collecting that statistical details, your data scientists, again, with some time, they can put that script together and it would be the same. But it's not probably that accurate with complex time series. When you have multiple seasonalities, and we also seen those cases with the clients, and we were saying like, yeah, our standard library is not able to express that, right? Even though what I would say, if you are talking about forecasting as a like a food type, and I was saying what the scripting, right, like with TM1Py or custom scripting, it's like a home food. When we are trying to become not only like a fast food restaurant, what is good in some cases, but very reliable, like a healthy restaurant, and we're not charging for that extra, right? It's all available there, but we're trying to help you to have a very good food with our forecasting. And the UI is going to stay very similar. You will have still like planning analytics agent, where on the right it's explaining you your statistical details, your values for the accuracy and everything else. We added like those details in tabular format, so you will see it there, and it will be just different model what you will see selected, and I'm promising I am going to demo that for you. So here you can see how accurate the results look. You can see what the seasonality is catching up quite well. And we've been testing it with different data. But what we noticed, what Holt Winter series usually benefiting a lot with STL, because what is good about that combination. It can handle multi-seasonalities, but it's still fast. It's not taking lots of computation time. And still, it is highly interpretable. So you would be able to explain what's going on. But again, that model is hitting its walls, right? Because if there are irregular seasonalities, like 3 days, then 7 days, or like monthly, daily, it would be not able to produce very accurate data. But still, you can see like very good catches from this model. ARIMA. So right now we're using ARIMAX, but Auto-ARIMA is also very powerful algorithm, and we've seen some of them like retails where forecasting on daily basis, and we need ARIMA for the forecast. And that's why we are bringing that model, because it's combining auto-regression, moving average, and integration. It's great model, but it might take time to compute the results, and you might schedule it, right, if you are using it for your whole organization. So you need to go through all the models and see where is like the best like solution for you. Are you needing like very quick results? But if you're looking for the most accurate, you might divide your forecasting line into certain sets and probably run those with different algorithms to take advantage of it. Another good algorithms, what is very popular, it's BATS. Again, it's very good because it could handle those complex seasonalities. And sometimes, like our clients with complex businesses, we are saying we really need that because we can't express it. So we are using very complex scripting to get into that stage. Again, amazing algorithm, but it will take long time and it won't be easy to interpret because of the complexity again. You can see how, like close is the expression of forecasting, and how, like even confidence envelope is going around the forecasting line. Very accurate, interesting results, what we can present. And our last in that family algorithm is XGBoost. Why I'm saying about it at the last of our like slides, because it's machine learning algorithm, right? So again, great capabilities, but it needs more numbers. So if you are using just planning data with like 64 data points, forget it. You need at least probably 200 data points to use XGBoost, but it will be available. We are planning in delivering the algorithms in stages, right? So probably you will first get like additional Holt Winters algorithms, and then all what I listed will be delivered. And here you can see what like the outputs of XGBoost is just amazing. Another thing what I would like to talk about is to make you aware what our OAuth integration is available as of workspace 2120. I believe it was 3.1.7. It doesn't matter for SaaS because SaaS clients, they already using API endpoints, and OAuth is giving same capabilities to our on-cloud customers, right? So you will get REST API points for, and you would be capable to use third-party tools such as schedulers, both for Windows and Linux, to use those API keys and schedule baseline forecast. If you are interested in passing big amount of your forecasting data, probably during the night time, right, and get the results. So, another thing what I'd like to underline, like when I'm talking to our clients and they are saying, okay, I got my great like forecasting results. What I like my idea about it, if I'm forecasting on expenses by department, let's say, is to pass it to people who are responsible for that, to review it or take next step to approve those forecasts, right? Like into the budget. How I can use it? You can use workflow capabilities in planning analytics. In plans, we're already delivering data accountability dimension. It is supporting like your hierarchy, how you'd like to proceed with your uh, approval process. So you can set up your contributors, your approvers. The viewer rule is also coming. So altogether, it will give you great capabilities, not only to produce numbers, but also approve them. Right, so you can see the left panel in our plans. Analyst is capable on creating the plans and setting everything, setting like task dependencies. You can create all that workflow with regular tasks and data accountability tasks and pass your forecasting data for probably like human adjustment and final submission and approval process. So it's very good functionality. I will probably go into my server actually now, just will refresh it. So I will show you our demo on our development server, and that's just synthetic data what I have. So let's see. If I'm looking into that data, I am going into Univariate, right? And if I am a modeler, I can see it's with extended, but I will switch it just to standard. And we will see just a few lines of a forecasting, how our standard is capable of finding what is happening with those numbers, right? Our algorithm. So this one is giving you straight line and a huge confidence envelope around it. And honestly, sometimes probably for inventory, it's not bad. It's probably the best scenario you can go with because you can produce lots of like seasonality into that, but inventory usually is working better with naive forecast. Series 2, let's see. Again, naive forecast. But I was playing with the data, so I know what sometimes, as I told you, our Holt Winter is a very capable algorithm. So you see like those statistical details and what is happening. So I already had a look at our members, and you see, for example, here it's very capable of finding the seasonality and going well about it, right? So it's additive model what is producing those results. And similarly for that member as well, not bad at all. It's high accuracy. It's generating that forecast summary where, like I told you, it's explaining you what is happening. It's actually our new interface, right? So Holt Winter is working not bad at all. But if I'm using extended capabilities, right? So you see it's the same process of putting like like your selection into your hands if you need, but it's a modeler who is deciding which model to use. So the testing is taking place probably ahead of time. So the model what is suited into your business will be decided, right? So it's there. I am here, and remember, like with a member, the first member, it was a straight line, right? What was produced by the algorithm. The accuracy is low, but if I will adjust outliers, you see now it's getting into different, like results and probably increasing the accuracy to different percent. So same here, lots like there are two big outliers, not typical for us. I can adjust it, right? So you see the result live here. So that is going like with a very nice seasonality for that member. And the predictive accuracy is medium, but I can see what it's working like well for me. For those members, what we were looking at the bottom, it would be probably very similar what it used to be with standard Holt Winter, right? So high accuracy because it's easy for mathematical models to find the seasonality here and the trend. And we can see it's actually medium accuracy now, but the confidence envelope is allowing me to play with my scenarios well. And again, this member detected one outlier, medium again. For that model, it's just medium. So again, you can run several scenarios and decide which one is working in more interesting way for you and proven what you want to get. So that's how the interface is going to be. Again, you remember what you can save statistical details even if you are doing ad hoc. If you will ask me, are we going to provide multivariate? Then yes, our multivariate scenarios, again, with additional variables, and you can add actually lots of additional variables. Just remember what your computation time would be higher with more variables, but it will be probably be well beyond 3. You would be able to add more. And so here I have multivariate with just one variable. And if I'm going there, I can see what I have lots of historical data, what is going in stages. So I can probably just concentrate on 2011 to get my best results. If I will do that with multivariate, like let's say I will just keep those numbers. Let me keep it. And then I will go into my actuals again and preview. I will see what it's like, very confident what is happening here, right? Like you see what the line, because like I'm concentrating on the historical periods, what are most important to me, I am able to come up with that, like a line production and with high accuracy for my forecast. 100% amazing results. Another thing is with probably daily exercise, what is also very interesting how I can work around it, right? Like, so if I will go into that and I'm going with extended, I know what I am forecasting on a daily. But let's see if I am not using the daily. So what I will see around that algorithm and what would be the accuracy. It's a line, so that's what I was expecting in this case to be. So I know I can increase the accuracy by providing the information what it's a daily forecast, right? And remember, it used to be just limited by 100, but right now I am capable of specifying. And you see here, it's just amazing. It's capable in catching that trend and what is happening with the daily forecast. So it's what I was saying, Holt Winter exponential smoothing. If I will switch it probably to STL, I might get even better results. Again, you can see what computation time might increase, but because we're just exercising around one line, you see like the accuracy is high. So more and more interesting capabilities around forecasting is coming. So that's probably everything what I was going to show you. I want to just tell you what is next. And Amendra and Sheila, we will going to ask you to see like where you see the future of a forecast, because the power of IBM is what it's a large company with lots of very capable professionals and capable units. So we have IBM Research Lab, right? So that's my number 3 and number 4. So we might offer you to use tiny time mixers, IBM models what are very, very capable of bringing very accurate forecasting results, but like the down points about it is it's what really hard to explain because it's taking so much ideas, right, behind it, so much science. What to explain it, you will need to produce pages and pages of parameters and information, what is accommodating your numbers through the model and producing in our series. And also there is a possibility of a use of a large tabular models, right? When you are using large language models, it's where you're using text and like different sources of data lakes where you combining, like all of that and producing very good outputs. But with large tabular models, it's where you can use like Excel spreadsheets and other data to produce the most probably accurate numbers. But again, it's expensive. It's taking a long time to compute it, but it could be efficient. Depends, right? If you are using just the free, probably offerings, what we are thinking about providing you, then it might be, like just for several lines of business, what you need to really use large tabular models. But if you want to buy that, you can let us know. And again, we might, like collaborate with certain people who are looking into those scenarios, because our data scientists at IBM were very like well known in the field and very creative of what could be done for the forecasting. So I am probably very close to our end of our like encounter, and I hope you were intrigued by our capabilities. If you haven't seen it, please try to play with it, try to do ad hocs and understand what is going on, because our baseline forecasting, right, is pretty much the same what I was talking around just forecasting in ad hoc. So if I am on a baseline forecasting, it's just like an asset where that information is digested into one asset, but it's the same, like it's your view if you on your cube, and you can go and set up your forecasting period, your lines, and your scope. and you can set up your variables, and same interface here, right? You can select between standard or extended models and decide which models you'd like to put and which parameters to select. So everything is here for you to specify, and we allow overriding even of statistical details, right? So the statistical details will be available, but you can decide first to what slice to put it. We allow you to ignore some information and get into that. Another thing what is important probably for you to know is how we are treating zeros in your data, right? Well, first of all, with relative proportional, we totally taking it into accounts and spreading accordingly. But for producing the forecasting number, we interpolate with large tabular models or with tiny mixers. It's like what we are doing with those zeros. It's another story. It could be very sufficient and allow you to produce very accurate forecasting numbers using those extrapolations. So again, baseline forecasting using exact same models, it's just different type of delivery. Let me just go back into my presentation, because I'd like to let you know what we will allow you compare different model outputs probably soon, because right now you need to test and decide, but we're thinking into bringing it closer to you. So providing probably the chart where you would see how different models are working for like your testing numbers, and you will see, like those results visually, and you would be capable to decide. And people were saying us it's very convenient for them to compare actuals versus forecasts. So we will see on what chart we can provide for users to take benefits from it, right? Because we realize the value. What I'd like to tell you is what Tech Exchange is coming soon, and we have the analyst professional certification, what would be free of charge if you are attending Tech Exchange. And Tech Exchange is taking place in October 26, 29. Any of those days you can take that certification. Our analyst is the one who is able to do or like ad hoc forecast or create plans. That's very powerful role what analysts in planning analytics got right now. So we're very proud of in-house certifications. Remember to refresh your knowledge around our current capabilities, because our capabilities are just growing with a very fast speed. And I will stop sharing here.
All right, that was amazing, Svetlana. I think today was probably one of those I was able to actually see all the different rhythms and the comparisons and all what's available in tier 1. That was really good. The other point is that a lot of our clients wanted to use this, but were held back by it not being available in PAfE so far, and that now it's being brought into PAfE would mean, especially older clients, newer clients latched onto workspace much more easily. But what we find is PM1 for a while, PAfE is probably the go. We make no judgments what you do, but as long as you get the results. So this is how the different forecasting algorithms is shaping up. So I think everyone who's on the call would really appreciate. And I just saw Arman's question about, will this be available? Yes, this video will be available on all our channels at any time for replay. I think it will switch on in a couple of hours or something, both on LinkedIn, YouTube, and wherever you looking at this, you'll be able to get the replays and share it with your workmates who are involved forecasting. So thanks a lot. We just about over time now, so we might not have the time to answer all the questions that we have. So what we'll do is we'll park the questions and go back and answer wherever it is in the comments or in whichever way we can. Thanks. The one thing that I wanted to make a note of is what's the use case for this forecasting. So what we see among clients. So one thing you mentioned around people with inventory. So I think in our case as well. So there are two areas that this being used in sort of production now. Is one is any organization that has a lot of inventory planning, especially at volume. This is being used more and more nowadays as to how they forecast their inventory holding, demand planning. The other area that uses quite a bit now is in the financial space. And for example, in Australia, for Australian clients, we see is that with the changes in the budget and the supply chain pressures, there's a lot of turbulence around the trying to forecast mortgage and the mortgage rates and things like that, especially business funding. So anything that is in that space is using more and more systematic way of forecasting instead of look at the trend and just plus 5%. So those things are long gone. So for any organization getting a bit more sophisticated around how they can do the forecasting for those complex stuff, have started using this, and they're starting to see the results. So it will be very interesting to see once we start to compare the different models, the different algorithm results it gives, and also comparing it with the actual thing more seamless. It would make it quite interesting. I think the future of forecasting is looking good, I reckon. What sort of use cases are you seeing from where you sit? Because you obviously have got a wider lens than us, Svetlana. Like what do you see clients using this forecasting for apart from inventory?
Oh, it's actually, as I was saying, sometimes we'd like to forecast by products, right? And it could be a combination of new products and well-known products for the company. So we will combine it and we will forecast, and it can take already the consideration like how you sell those products. Some products are highly seasonal, right? It depends on, and we're using that to describe it. And sometimes if you are launching a new product and you know it's of a similar type, you're able to forecast on a new product without having historical data for that, but using a different one and just provide that like spreading, taking another very close product into that consideration, because we have several possibilities on how you can spread. Also, if, for example, you have expenses, right? So you can plan on travel for your teams, or you can plan on postages, like anything in your department. So that would work quite well as well, because expense at the organization, first of all, it could be seasonal. For like, secondly, it can be expressed through different like parameters, what you consider for your business important. So that's another story, how people forecasting. But not only that, inventory, exactly as you said, and interesting story was coming up when, for example, people were using very, like meticulous scripting into trying to find several seasonalities on it. But for inventory, very often just a straight line with like considerable confidence envelope is working the best. But there are like many more cases where people are looking into expressing the seasonality. It could be around treasury in a company, around investment, how we're doing with currencies, and that could go into a multivariate. Multivariate can take what external data, and you can combine everything together into your cases. So just like any type of business, basically, because you don't want to come up unprepared. So any type of business can use it. Education, another great example, what like we're working with, we're using, or telecom, using our functionality and saying it's giving very good predictions.
Oh, great. Yeah. Now, we've actually a couple of reasons. One is to counter the plan marketing, not the actual delivery, the marketing that they're better than us in supply chain. We've actually developed a model that is actually targeting all the that they probably talk about a bit more, but showcasing how we in TM1 are able to do it better and sort of scale better as well. So we've got a demo model. So if anyone who wants to have a look at it, just get in touch with us, and we'll sort of send you or show you what we're talking about, and that includes all of the things that we talked about. But now, based on what you've told us around the different, so we will actually update our demo model to reflect the different algorithm as well, and probably try and showcase how different using different models can give us different answers and things like that. So that would be interesting to play around in the next few days. With that, I'll thank you once again. So hopefully I'll see you in the next couple of months at Tech Exchange, and thanks for plugging Tech Exchange as well. So if anyone's going to Tech Exchange, please look us up, and we'll see you there. If you are one of our clients, I think I've got 2 more tickets left. So if you're looking to go there, do let me know, and we'll hook you up. Thanks once again, Svetlana. It was very nice and much appreciated by everyone. So thank you.
It's probably will be more information, but we are very happy with delivery of forecasting functionality into PAfE, because we know how our users are devoted into Excel. It should help them a lot, and it's easy to combine, right, actuals and forecast in one report, like universal report and PAfE. So it's just like everything is coming together. Probably our hands-on lab in Tech Exchange will be based on forecasting in PAfE, because we already done a couple of times forecasting in Workspace. But like the functionality is coming by the end of the year in probably Q3. So we are very excited.
All
And
right.
thank you for staying extra time. I'm
No
surprised
problem.
some people are still around. Thank you, Amandra, for organizing, and Sheila.
No problem. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Okay.